Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. I feel like we have so much ground to cover in today's reading because even though I just posted a few days ago on Friday, you guys know that I do these collective readings and energy updates every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which of course a few days isn't that long in terms of physical 3D time, but it can be very impactful in the quantum realm. And what I'm sensing is that from a quantum perspective, a lot of energy has been shifting in just the last couple days. So if you've been feeling this as well, if you felt like things are moving faster energetically, regardless of whether or not this is reflecting in your physical reality, I would love to hear from you in the comments under the video. You guys know that one of my favorite parts about this community that we are virtually co-creating here is the comment section, because it's a place where we can really uplift and inspire and support one another, which is so important on this journey. It's essential to find some way to have that kind of support for your personal spiritual path wherever you are finding that support. And I'm really appreciative to all of you here who make this space one source of support like that for so many others. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the messages, but if you are new here, then welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. If you do want to manifest a more specific message from today's reading, then I do recommend liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as these are forms of virtual energetic transference that do tend to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you and your current situation. So the first major download I've been receiving, and there has been so much. Again, we have a lot of ground to cover, and I don't normally say that in the beginning of a reading, but I am just feeling so many downloads and so much information coming through. So we're going to be working through all of that, and of course, utilizing tarot to pull some more specific messages regarding these situations. Now, I have to preface all of these videos by saying your intuition is really the compass of your life experience, and it's my goal through these readings to help you more consciously connect with that intuitive voice within yourself. But with that being said, hopefully the messages that come through can provide some form of conscious confirmation for some of those things that your intuition already knows. Okay, so the first thing that's been coming through so strongly is no one meets you by accident. And it's so difficult for me to describe you. You are this glitch in the matrix, right? And from our physical 3D perspective, it's challenging to find the human words to describe the way that you meet, connect, and interact with others on the physical 3D plane. Because what you have to understand is, although we're living in a very physically manifested, tangible, perceptible world, everything that we are connecting with, we are actually connecting with dominantly in the energetic plane. And then that is manifesting itself physically. But 99% plus of all of these connections, all of these things that we perceive happen energetically first and most dominantly. So essentially, those that you meet and connect with, in a sense, you are meeting in the quantum realm. You are meeting spiritually and energetically first. And anyone you seem to meet spontaneously or seemingly randomly, nothing is random in reality about these meetings, because these people are actually calling you in, manifesting you into their physical life experience for very specific reasons. Now, these reasons can vary from person to person, but what I'm picking up is that at this time, many people who are seeking are manifesting you in. What I mean by seeking is, consciously or unconsciously, there are individuals who are caught kind of in the fourth dimensional space. So we have what we consider 3D. This is deep unconsciousness. When someone is very stuck in the 3D, they will not really be able to connect with you or relate to you, because you are on a much higher level frequency. So you are really up here in the fifth dimension. In fact, you will find that those who are deeply connected to certain limiting belief systems, paradigms, lower vibrations that are very 3D, so to speak, in nature, those connected tightly to those things may not even be able to perceive you. And in the physical realm, you might literally feel invisible to these individuals. Or if you do have to physically interact with them, you might feel completely overlooked or misunderstood by them, because quite literally, there is such a difference in your levels of frequency that you are not capable of relating and communicating fully and clearly, even when you are in the same physical room. Now, what we're talking about here with these individuals calling you in are those who are not firmly in the 3D, but are seeking. These are the ones who are reaching for something more, the ones who have begun to question the matrix, so to speak, these limiting ideas, systems, belief systems that we are ingrained in. And as they're seeking, you could think of this spiritually almost like beginning to feel in the dark, where they're sensing that there's something more and they're wanting to break free of where they've been in the 3D, but they don't quite yet have the words to even describe what they're seeking for. And they're nowhere near that consistent fifth dimensional higher level frequency. They're still in that middle space, that 4D space. And those kind of caught in this fourth dimensional tunnel will actually manifest you into their life for a very specific reason. And again, there is just so much to talk about here. I'm sure this isn't the first time really, and will not be the last time that we talk about this dynamic, but I don't feel we've ever channeled it exactly in this kind of way. So thank you to all of you who are here co-creating all of these messages and pieces of information. This really is a co-manifestation process. So I'm going to be shuffling the cards here, and I want to get into the specific reasons that people manifest you into their life, because keep in mind that these reasons, although they are all inherently spiritual and energetic in nature at the core, they may not necessarily be romantic. These could be friends, these could be acquaintances, these could even be strangers that you very briefly interact with, someone that you smile at on the street, someone you make eye contact with. Yes, your eye contact is extremely powerful. And when someone looks into your eyes, they can be spiritually activated to a higher level. They can actually receive a transmission from you spiritually and energetically. So Again, there's so much to talk about here, but I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards here. I do just keep picking up on something about the eyes. So there might be someone very specific that was looking at you recently. Maybe this is someone that made eye contact with you, or you caught them looking at you physically, but this also could be much more symbolic. They may have been looking at you in the sense that they are curious about you. They were looking you up online, something of that sort. Okay, so here we have the Four of Cups reversed. Now, I also have to say, I know I feel like we have so many prefaces in this video, but it needs to be said that this is one of those readings where we are really, really going to be able to channel into many different specific threads of energy. And in fact, many of these will be hyper specific. So please only take the messages, those threads and pieces of information that feel relevant and resonant with your own intuition, because it's very likely some of this will connect for you, whereas other pieces of this will be meant for others. But what I'm getting is one major reason people manifest you into their life is because they start to work on themselves. So you will notice, and this will be uncanny. If you aren't already noticing this, you're really going to start seeing it show up in your reality. But for many of you, you are already seeing this. Let me know in the comments if you've been noticing this already. But people, or I should say one group of people that will meet you or manifest you in spiritually more accurately are those who have really begun some journey of working on themselves. And it's almost as though they call you in as a teacher, a guide, or an inspiration. Now, this might be very literal for some of you. You might literally be a teacher, a coach, a therapist, a counselor. But for others of you, this is much more symbolic. So you inspire others through the example of how you live your life. And in doing so, you teach them or you guide them into higher levels of consciousness for themselves. So that is how this is going to be applying for many of you. But I'm hearing that often when someone starts to, for example, go down a path of wanting to consciously reach a goal or better themselves or improve their mindset or improve their life, it's almost like they call in a meeting with you or an interaction with you, or even just having the privilege of seeing you or being around your energy for the purpose of helping them reach the next level in their life. So I'm hearing when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So you are very often experiencing this dynamic as the teacher, where you have those that you are connecting with who are simply just ready to reach a new level in their life, ready to be inspired to something more, and you appear in their life accordingly. Now, I cannot escape this Emperor card because I actually saw this on the bottom of the deck before we even started shuffling, and now it's coming up here again. So I don't know if someone listening has an emperor that they've just attracted in, or someone in your life currently, or you're activating someone into their emperor energy. I'm getting the word protective. So I don't know why this is, but I'm picking up that someone is extremely protective towards you. I'm seeing someone like put their arm around another person, but in a very warm, protective kind of way. And I'm hearing something about ownership versus protection, and the difference between someone trying to own you and someone desiring to protect you so that you can shine even brighter on your own. And you learning the difference between those two dynamics, really coming to a place where you can discern between energies in your life that desire to protect you for the purpose of you shining brighter, and those who try to take ownership of you under the guise of protection in order to dim your light and keep it all for themselves, in essence, out of jealousy or fear. And I don't know why this is coming up. This is so random, but you are really learning to discern between those two energies. Now, I'm getting that for someone specific, there is an emperor in your life. So again, this is someone who's very in their heart. This isn't someone who wants to own you, but someone who does feel very protective towards you. And I'm getting that if you've met this person already, you feel a kind of warmth and a comfort around them instantaneously. If you haven't met them yet, then know that when you do connect with them, you will feel warm, safe, and comfortable in their presence, because your soul is sensing again that this is someone who desires to care for you, to protect you, to nurture your light rather than dimming it. And there's just a natural familiarity between you and this emperor, whoever this is. I really do want to get more information on who this person is. So who is this emperor in your energy? Ooh, wow. Okay. This was unexpected. So I'm hearing that for some of you, the emperor is an aspect of you. So the emperor is an aspect of your internal self that is healing your inner child. It's a part of you that is choosing to protect your light rather than dimming it or allowing other people to dim your light. It's an aspect of you that is self-protecting in order to shine even brighter, not to limit or dilute yourself or to hide parts of yourself, but setting up protective mechanisms in your environment, in your life, in your connections, in your energy for the purpose of shining even brighter, making your inner child feel comfortable to share and to open up in an even more powerful way. And with the World card upright sitting on the throat chakra, if this message is for you and this is an emperor resonating with an aspect of your internal self, then I'm hearing self-protection for the purpose of shining brighter is bringing so much success, and even more so than that, it's bringing a deep sense of fulfillment into your life that then manifests itself as literal physical successes and accomplishments as well. But it's almost like on the other side of all of those accomplishments, you recognize that the greatest gift has been this deep level of fulfillment that has come into your life as a result of protecting and structuring yourself accordingly, nurturing yourself accordingly for the purpose of shining even brighter. I keep hearing as well, sharing your gifts with the world. And this seems to be connected to the throat chakra energy for some of you. So for some listening, this is you sharing your voice in some way, whether that's through something you are creating or doing in the world, or some way that you are sharing your authentic self, sharing your truth. And I'm hearing you will receive signs that you are on the track of this, because you will notice that people will be manifesting you into their physical reality even more quickly. So when you are on this path of really opening yourself up, nurturing yourself, being that emperor energy for yourself, you will notice that this process of people manifesting you in as a guide, an inspiration, or a teacher will actually happen even more quickly. Because in essence, those who are seeking you are more easily able to find you when you are emanating that energy of authenticity and truth, when you are showing up in your full power, in your full light. Interesting. So what else can I channel here? I'm also hearing, as a byproduct of sharing your authentic self in this way, you're going to feel a deeper sense of interconnectedness with others. Even if you're in a place where you don't know anyone literally, you're going to feel this natural sense of belonging and connectedness that you haven't felt previously in the world. This is because you are no longer meant to be solely the hermit. Yes, there may be those times where you are guided to retreat back into hermiting for the purpose of recharging yourself. But overall, your life is shifting in a direction where you are being revealed to the world because others are meant to be inspired by the energy, the voice, the art, the creation, the business, whatever it is that you have to share. This is about you opening up and rejoining the world to share your light in a more concrete, physical, 3D way for the purpose, again, in part of calling these souls through the fourth dimension that are seeking for higher levels of consciousness or for inspiration. So, wow. Okay, let's reshuffle here and get a little deeper into those of you dealing with an emperor that isn't just an aspect of yourself. Although keep in mind, for some of you, it might be both an internal aspect and an external physical person as well. But I want to know a bit more here about who potentially this emperor could be in your life or in your energy field. So give me one moment here, and I'm reshuffling the energy oracle cards deck. So who is this emperor? There's something very mysterious about this energy. Whoa. Okay, I just got a wave of goosebumps. If this is an external person, again, doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a business associate, a coworker, platonic, someone giving you an opportunity. This definitely feels like, regardless of the nature of this connection, it's a connection that's very mutually uplifting, but it really offers you some kind of opportunity for growth or expansion that is really exciting or powerful for you. This is a person that you only can connect with when you are really living in alignment with your highest vibrational timeline, with the Temple Path card. This is someone who crosses your path when you are aligning with the most ideal version of yourself. Meaning when you are really connecting in with your self-empowerment, your confidence, your self-love, and aligning with the highest version of yourself and releasing all expectations of what that has to look like in terms of concrete timelines, that is when this person seems to cross your path. Now, for some of you, you have already crossed paths with this person. For others of you, this might be someone who is coming into your life very soon. But what else can I channel here about this person? Who is this emperor to you? I'm hearing past life familiarity. So this is someone that you have a soul connection with, and there seems to be this natural sense of care between you because of something outside of this lifetime, something deeper. With the Envy card, this is also someone whose soul has been longing to connect with you. They've been longing to meet you. It's almost like the two of you have actually been psychically connected or spiritually connected for some time. And there is this bond of natural love with the Angel of Love card in the upright position. I feel that your connection is very unconditional, and that's saying something because I'm sensing that there might be certain gaps or barriers between the two of you. So for some of you, there could be an age gap, there could be a difference in status, there could be geographical barriers or just literal life circumstances that seem to make your bond or connection challenging. That might not be the case for everyone, but if that is for you, it's interesting because this loving energy so immediately and naturally transcends any and all of that. So I want to know who else this person is for you. A Knight of Pentacles. So this might be someone who pops into your reality very quickly, who comes into your life very fast. It might be very unexpected. It might seem to get very deep very quickly initially. And this might put up some red flags for you consciously. This might make you wonder, if this person came into my life so quickly, can I trust that this is a long-term connection? And the thing about this connection is it does seem to have the potential for being something very long-term, at least on this other person's side. I see that they seem to immediately want you to be part of their routine. They have a very perseverant kind of energy towards you because with the Nine of Cups, They literally see you as a wish come true. Whether this is platonic, romantic, a business opportunity, I just hear you're exactly what I've been looking for. This could be, for example, if this is someone offering you an opportunity or a position, you are exactly the person they've been manifesting for the position. This also, of course, could be romantic, and this is this person saying, you are exactly what I have been looking for here. So what else can I channel about this person? The Star. So there's something highly spiritual and mutually healing to this connection. I'm hearing that you have something to share with each other. What do you have to share with each other? Whoa, what was this card? Okay. Page of Pentacles in the upright position. So I have to say, with the Ten of Swords coming up here at the bottom of the deck, this might not be something that you're fully aware of, or you might not know this about this person yet if it's very new, or this might be even more deeply subconscious. There's a hidden element to this Ten of Swords. But what I'm getting is, it's almost like the both of you have really been through it in some sense. You've been through some kind of a really heavy, intense time. And I'm also getting very much a lone wolf energy from the both of you. So it seems as though the both of you are very comfortable being alone, very accustomed to being alone, but also at times feeling a kind of deep spiritual loneliness. And so part of you manifesting each other would be this Page of Pentacles. It's like something new and exciting coming in after a very heavy and intense time. Someone that you naturally feel as though you can let your guard down around because they just seem to see you. I'm hearing a soul friend, which of course doesn't exclude this being romantic, but even if it is romantic, beneath the romance, there is just the sense of being deep, familiar soul friends, of speaking the same language. I'm hearing being two aliens on Earth, but from the same planet. So metaphorically, it's almost like you've both felt like outcasts, you've both felt kind of alien in this world, but when you come together, it's as though you just naturally speak the same language. I'm also getting the words mutual muse. So you might mutually really inspire each other to something creative in some way, maybe in different ways for both of you. But I see that potentially being an element here as well, just this bringing of a lot of fresh new energy into both of your lives. So let me reshuffle the cards here, and I want to know what else I can channel about you at this time, about your life, about the very intentional ways that you are meeting or being manifested by other people in your life. We have the Strength card. So there's something that is requiring you to be brave. There's something that is requiring a strength out of you in order to fulfill it or to come into some kind of fulfillment. It's a type of bravery that you've been actively prepared for on a spiritual level for a while now. And I'm hearing it's time. It's time for all of that training to be put into use. So maybe you've been learning or training or growing or healing, and now you've felt this inspiration to push out in some way, to take some kind of a leap of faith or to move forward physically in some type of way. And your guides want you to know that this has been inspired and that you're going to be supported in this. But I'm just getting this sense of you overcoming past self-doubts that may have held you back in the past from doing certain things that you're doing now. And I want to know a bit more on what is requiring this bravery out of you. Okay, with Judgment reversed, I'm getting that there may be past people in your life or past patterns or past ways of being that at times pull on your energy and almost ask you to go back into them. but you've chosen a higher pathway, and simply continuing to walk this higher pathway has really called forth a lot of courage out of you. This kind of reminds me of in one of the previous readings when we said, don't intervene with their storms. So for some of you, this could play into that dynamic. This might be about you continuing to hold the course of this higher vibration, continuing to walk this higher path, to lead by example, rather than being, in a sense, dragged back into the mud by people who are really caught up in their own karmic cycles, or unwilling to learn certain lessons at this time, or just generating a lot of drama. I'm hearing you've already healed from all of that. You can internally forgive, meaning release those others to their highest good, while not taking responsibility for how they may be choosing to re-enter karmic cycles. And ultimately, you are aligning with a much more grounded energy. I'm hearing releasing the drama and aligning with something more grounded. So that might resonate with your friendships, your work, your life generally, your romantic relationships. But what I'm picking up on here is you are gravitating towards the things and environments and people and connections that support your peace, that support you living as your highest version of self, in your confidence, in your power. Now, I am getting this Hanged Man card, and I keep getting the energy of some kind of a transition here. Maybe you are in the middle of this transition of, it's not even so much healing at this point because you've done the healing work. This is about holding to that healed version of yourself, continuing to allow yourself to be healed. I'm hearing not feeling guilty for being healed. I don't know who that's for, but it's almost like you worked to heal certain things within yourself that other people around you may have chosen not to heal. They may be choosing to re-enter some of those karmic cycles and patterns that you've healed from. And if you allow yourself to feel overly responsible for these other individuals or their choices, you might even feel guilt for having healed yourself. So you're being asked, if that is the case, to release any feelings of over responsibility that you've had for others, or any feelings of guilt that you might personally have for showing up as the most healed version of yourself. I'm also getting that there might actually be an external person resonating with this Hanged Man energy. So there might be someone who's been very stagnant in their own life, who has manifested you into their life for the purpose of transitioning or moving forward in some way. And with the Page of Cups upright and Victory, the Chariot card, this may be someone who's been really working hard to pull themselves out of this stagnant energy, but they've been feeling like they've kind of been running in circles. There's a very magnetic pull that brings you two together that really feels like fate or destiny. It's literally inevitable. So this might be just a platonic pull, but this also could be romantic. Regardless, there is this soul chemistry, we'll call it, where you are just drawn together so strongly that nothing can keep you from meeting or connecting. So if you haven't yet met this person, don't worry. It's inevitable. You will be meeting them, I'm hearing, as you keep your heart open, because it's inevitable. But for others of you, you've already met this person and you know what that inevitability felt like. There was this pulling where you couldn't help but meet. It was just going to happen. It felt very fated, very destined in a sense. And I'm getting that this person seems to, I just keep hearing generating curious energy. Maybe there's a mutual curiosity, like you're curious about each other. They see you as the Queen of Wands, someone who is very magnetic, confident, extremely attractive, but that's an attractiveness that begins at a very deep core level. This is energetic attractiveness that then manifests externally as well. They also see you as someone with a huge amount of freedom in your life, many different options, opportunities. At times they worry that, especially if this is romantic, this may be someone who worries that you are just like this fantasy or this daydream. There may be a very strong psychic connection between you where you are literally dreaming about each other. Interesting. So I know this has been a very mysterious kind of energy. I'm going to continue this on in the extended Patreon reading. So if this ending portion of the reading has been connecting, in the extended version, we are going to take a look at what this person is thinking and feeling on a deeper level, how this situation might potentially move forward. And we'll also be looking at your energy generally and channeling any other people, things, or pieces of information that want to come through for you at this time. So the link to that extended reading on Patreon is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. But I'm going to go ahead and close this first reading here with a Rumi Oracle card. And this card is Al-Azza, Star of Venus. And the guidebook says, I am the pure light, my son. I am not a handful of worthless dust. I am not just an empty shell. I am a regal pearl formed in this world. Close your eyes to see and become aware of me. Perceive me with eyes that see the unseen. Come into the mystery to find me. I am a carefree visitor here for you. And the guidebook also says, how liberating it shall feel to be truly empowered to live life as you feel is truthful, and to feel completely empowered to allow others to do the same with joy in your heart. You understand that everyone is walking an unfolding path, and we don't have to understand or justify the path of another to feel peace in our own hearts. The guidance is then to trust your path, trust your evolution, even in the face of those around you reacting to it, possibly in fear or discomfort. Trust in the paths of others too, for in truth, there is one path, and we are all on it. Your job is to embrace your wisdom, embrace your freedom and empowerment, to grow spiritually and live your life accordingly. So that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you do resonate with my energy in a general sense, then I invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. And of course, if you do want to continue on with me to the extended version of the reading where I will be heading to next, the link to that is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Otherwise, I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light energy. Have an amazing remainder of your day and start to your week. And I will connect with you here again in Wednesday's reading.